Hello everybody, I hope you all doing great and enjoying the section. Welcome to Operation Management. I am Iman Hassanin Toha, Assistant Lecturer at Faculty of Commerce, Business Administration English section. And this section is based on material taken from the textbook under the supervisor of Dr. Ammar Fathi Musa, Assistant Professor of Business Administration, College Vice Dean for Environmental Affairs. Today, inshallah, we will start with the second chapter, section number 5, and the title of this chapter is Productivity and Efficiency. So let's start. So by the end of this chapter, you should be able to first define productivity efficiency and compute single factor productivity and multi-factor productivity, and also identify the critical variable in enhancing productivity and the factor that affecting productivity. Also, you should identify how to improve productivity. Then we will start today with a sample questions of true or false questions, and we will answer it with details. So let's get started. So let's start here with question number 1, which is productivity is synonyms with production. The answer is false. So here is a confusion between the concept of productivity and some other concepts. So you must identify some of these mistakes faced by researcher and scholar of productivity. Because here production refers to the total output produced per unit of input, while productivity refers to measure of output resulting from a certain number of inputs. So productivity is not synonyms with production because each one have its definition and its meaning. Question number 2, productivity is defined as the relative relationship between quantity of production and all elements of production that contributed to it within a specific period of time. So the answer is true, because also productivity is an indicator of the extent to which different production elements are able to achieve a certain level of output compared to input used for productive purpose. So the answer is true. Number 3, productivity can be decreased in one of the following ways. Number 1, increase output as input stabilized. Number 2, increased output with low inputs. So the answer here is false. Yes, for sure false, because productivity can be increased in many ways, like for example increasing output as input, like here stabilized, and number 2, increasing output with low input. So this is increasing for the productivity, not decreasing it. And also there are many things that increase the productivity, like increasing output and input, but the rate of increase in output is greater than inputs. And also low outputs and inputs, but lower inputs are greater than stable outputs and low inputs. Also stable outputs and low inputs in brief يعني. So productivity can here be increased by increasing output as input stabilized and increasing output with low inputs. Question number 4 says that productivity also is not a synonymous with effectiveness only. Here is the equation of productivity equal efficiency plus effectiveness. The answer is true. So here the answer is true because efficiency indicates to the good use of available and possible resource or doing doing the things right. But effectiveness is the extent to which goals are achieved or it's doing the right thing. So productivity, it's not synonyms with effectiveness only. No, it's synonyms with effectiveness and the efficiency. Number 5, productivity is equivalent to profitability and production capacity. So here, as we said before, there are a confusion between the concept of productivity and some other concepts, like here the profitability and production capacity. So we must identify some of these mistakes faced by researcher and scholar. So productivity first is not synonyms or equivalent to profitability because profitability measures the organization's financial position in short term, where productivity measures the organization long-term position. And also productivity is not synonyms with or equivalent with production capacity because the organization can't be considered productive simply because it produces the highest possible amount of goods in shortest period of time, while these goods are not accepted by consumers because they satisfy their need and the desire. So productivity is not equivalent or not synonyms with profitability and production capacity because each one have its meaning. So let's move to number 6. Here is productivity as a ratio between outputs and inputs. Productivity as a ratio between the total production achieved at a specific time and factors of production used. The answer is true. Productivity is an indicator that indicator of doing the right work probably on time. So productivity is an indicator of both, as we said before, efficiency and effectiveness, and also can be defined as the ratio between outputs and the inputs, which is made by equation equal productivity equal unit produced over input used, and we can increase our productivity through many features like increasing output, as we say before, as input stabilized, and increasing output with low input, and stable the output and low inputs.